Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Kalle Sauerland here in Liverpool. Just a couple of days away now from the second fight night on Wasserman. We know how successful the first fight night was. We're expecting that again on Friday.
I've got to correct you there, Josh. The second Wasserman Channel 5 fight night. We've done a few other ones this year. Listen, it's great to be in Liverpool. It's I said it up there. It's a fight city, but it's also a city of. I've got so many boxing friends here, and I always love promoting it. Actually, the last time I promoted it was WBSS. Callum Smith started his journey to become World Boxing Super Series champion and king of the division. So, got some great memories here. We had George Groves up here a few years ago as well as a co-feature to the cleverly Bellew undercard at the time. That was lively. Went off with the Gale and George backstage, the families fighting and everything. It was always kicking off. I've had some good times up here, and looking forward to a fun Friday night on Channel 5.
In Josh Kelly and Nathan Gorman, we've got two fighters that the British public haven't seen out for quite a while, really, over a year for both of them. What can we expect from both of them on Friday night?
You know, I was thinking this morning on the train up, because they've actually got similar stories in a way. Both massive prospects, obviously very different weight classes, both hugely interesting divisions domestically and internationally, and both have been very inactive. Slightly different reasoning for that, but they've had to overcome a loss in a blossoming career. Happens in any sort of career. It's a stumble. Don't make it a fall. And that's what Saturday night's about. I think Josh has had two opponents. Josh's got the easier opponent, and Nathan's in a title fight straight away. But at the same time, Josh has had to have these extra weeks at weight. That's tough, so full marks to Josh. Often you'd have to blow the whole thing off and say, I'm going to have to break and then do a new camp and start again at that weight. So he's held the weight, which says a lot about him. He's held it all the way through, and looked fantastic up there today. And I'm just very excited about this point of their careers, because I've done it with fighters before in the past, and I know I can do it with both of them, and we can really make their careers what they should be, because I believe both can be world champions.
Completely agree. You mentioned the million number that we got a few weeks ago down in London. Yeah. Are those the goals you went in with going into that, or were they set slightly low and you maybe surpassed expectation?
When you hear that number, and yeah, of course. Look, a million viewers on your first fight night, it's nice. I think the weather's going to be against us this week a little bit, but it's heavyweight. You'd argue that Nathan Gorman is a bigger name, especially domestically. So theoretically, you should get even more. But with TV and with weather, you never know. So I think we look at it as something that we're building something with consistency. We're back out again next month, Newcastle, end of the next month, and we'll be back straight after. We'll have probably break in the summer, break for August, then we'll be back in September, October, November probably. So, it's about that consistency. So I'm not going to look every time and say, I like Nathan up there. Oh, don't worry, we'll get to 2 million on Saturday. For me, it's about creating that consistency over the year and growing that consistency. Sorry to be so boring about the answer, but that's what we're doing.
Don't mind that. You say about consistency. We've seen some promoters going away and doing shows all over the world, as yourselves do, but is it about getting the consistency in shows every few weeks in the UK to build the audiences?
Yeah, I think it is. No, I don't think it is. I know it is. It's about consistency in getting the names out there, and people haven't seen Nathan Gorman in a while. Yes, he's been in big fights, and yes, he's been on very good boxing platforms in the past on BT, but at the same and Josh Kelly the same at Sky. But it's about now getting them regularly on our platform, the way we promote, and I think the world's our oyster, and the fact that we can get them out to so many people is fantastic. It's great for the sport, and yeah, it's great for Team Wasserman, but also for Josh Kelly and for Nathan Gorman, and for the names coming through like Chloe Watson, Matty Harris as well. Very excited to see them. I still think Chloe Watson is the princess of Liverpool, who will become the queen of Liverpool. I know Natasha Jonas is probably watching. Natasha, you are still the queen, but Chloe's at the beginning, and she's in a good place with Ricky, who I hear is very fast on the pads at the moment.
Couldn't speak to you without talking about some of the other happenings going on in the world of boxing at the moment. We'll start with Mr. Anthony Joshua, now a DAZN fighter. What were your thoughts when that news broke?
Listen, if you look to the careers of any big fighters in the States, and back in the day, HBO, Showtime, they'd be back and forth across the road every week. It seems like it's a very long-term deal. I don't know how long Anthony still wants to box for, but it seems like it's a career-long deal. So that sort of caught me by surprise. But yeah, hey, I think you'll look at Joshua's fights when you live in the UK, at least. You look at him wherever he's boxing. So it's business, and that's what it is, and it's about maximising earnings in a career. And if that's the path he's choosing to take, that's their business. I think management company 258 do a very good job, and I don't know who negotiated with who. It was Eddie or Freddie Cunningham or how it worked exactly. There's lots of different versions I've heard, but congratulations to them. It seems like they've hit certainly a very big deal, and DAZN is an exciting place when you look at boxing, and they've really backed the sport. We're also partners with DAZN, with Filip Pergovic, and they've been great to work with, and that they clearly push the sport all over the world.
Just going back to one of your fighters in Maris Bradis, obviously we saw Rich Riakporhe get the job done the other night. Is Riakporhe Bradis a fight we could realistically see in the coming months?
Yeah, I mean, I put that out because I thought it was a bit, I don't know. I like an eliminator, don't get me wrong. I'm probably throwing stones in the glass house here, but I was laughing to myself because I'm just preparing to fly down to Australia for the mandatory of Maris Bradis, and then I'm hearing the build-up to Riakporhe, who's a great guy, a great fighter, don't get me wrong, but to call it an eliminator when the mandatory hasn't been done yet, I don't know what sort of an eliminator that is, but it's one that, I don't know, he's got to wait at least 18 months before the mandatory gets called. So, it's an interesting eliminator. But I said, look, forget the eliminator. We can do it now. Let's talk now, So, that was my... It wasn't any social media guys doing that. That was a Kalle tweet. Bang on it, Saturday night. Just thought I'd pump it out there.
You're good at that old Twitter, aren't you?
Well, when I hit it, I always say I should run all the social media channels, because when I put one out, everyone knows, oh, that was you. That was you, that one. No. It was actually Sunday afternoon I put it out. Yeah.
Just one more before I let you go on Mr. Tyson Fury. We saw the interview last night touting that he may come back in a exhibition fight.
I saw Tyson Fury? I just saw something on the train up, 500 million he wants.
That's what he would want for a professional fight, but he's saying that he may be an exhibition fight next, and that in the future.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've said it before, Tyson can't pull the wool over my eyes. He's a fighting man, always will be a fighting man. He knows that he's still improving. So, but I think, he throws everything into those camps. He threw everything into the camp for the last fight. It was a tough fight, and he probably feels like retiring right now. but I do believe the dark side will come back, and Tyson is, for me, the best heavyweight boxer in the world at the moment, and also the most complete, but also one that is still improving.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Kalle. We look forward to seeing you on Friday night.
Thank you.